everyone. This is Piers Ridyard, CEO of RDX Works, and I just wanted to say welcome to the DevPost and Radix DeFi Challenge. Now, the DeFi Challenge is going to be an opportunity for everyone who's thinking about getting into Web3 and crypto and DeFi, or is already building in Web3 and crypto and DeFi, and is excited by the opportunity that DeFi presents. Ultimately, we believe that decentralized finance is going to eat the entire world of finance, and that this is the early days. This is when everyone first starts building stuff that they're not yet sure what the future is going to look like, but we're definitely sure that this technology is going to be part of it. So this is an opportunity for you to get started building, and not only that, for you to get started building with Scrypto and the Radix engine. Now, Scrypto and the Radix engine was something that Radix has built specifically to make it as easy as possible to build decentralized finance and Web3 applications. We threw away everything that you get in things like the EVM and Solidity and started again from scratch with this incredibly intuitive programming language, all powered by this thing underneath called the Radix engine, which gives you all of the primitives that you would expect when you're building DeFi and Web3, and makes it so much easier and more elegant to build things that are actually secure and that are actually intuitive, rather than sort of battling with the code. So if you've always had an ambitious idea of what you want to build, or you've looked at Uniswap or Aave or something like that and been like, I think I could build that, there is a release coming up on Radix called Babylon, which is when Radix engine and Scrypto get integrated all into the main network. So in lieu, before that actually happens, we are putting up $50,000 worth of XRD in prizes for people to build things in Scrypto to show us what kind of things they can really do when they get an incredible tool in their hands. Now, this is also a huge opportunity because if you look at the start of any ecosystem, when it goes live, when smart contracts go live, if you look at Ethereum or Solana or Cosmos or Avalanche or Polkadot or any of these DeFi ecosystems, it actually isn't the major players from other ecosystems that end up being the major players in the new ecosystems. It's the new players that come in, the people who come from the community and really understand how to build using those new tools and new paradigms and what the ledger really gives to them as a competitive advantage against their other people building in other ecosystems, that really start to build those multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar applications on top of the new ecosystem. So this is also an opportunity for you as well. If you're thinking about starting your own business, I can't recommend more highly looking at new ecosystems, looking at the Radix ecosystem to build your first DeFi application, your first DeFi business. We've already had a couple of competitions like this, and the code is all open source, so you can go and have a look at our Scrypto repository, and there's about 100 high quality open source applications, examples of everything from DEXs to lending markets to oracles to DAOs. And we've also just started the Radix grants program, and the grants program is this awesome opportunity for anyone who is really serious about building on Radix, getting extra help, support, money, and masterclasses about how to build a Web3 DeFi dApp and a Web3 application. So if you're thinking about, I really want to build something, I'm a great technical developer, but I haven't ever really thought about building a business out of that, then if you start creating great Scrypto code, then this is an awesome opportunity for you then to also look at the grants program afterwards and apply to be part of that as well. Now, it is very selective, and we have seen some incredible applications, but we support any stage of business in that, and we're very happy to give as much time and effort as we can to make those businesses as successful as possible, those projects as successful as possible when the Babylon platform goes live, the Radix mainnet goes live with smart contracts. There are two types of decentralized applications that we haven't seen that much in building at the moment within the Radix ecosystem, and we'd love to see a few more examples of this. One of that is lending. If you've ever used something like Aave or MakerDAO or Compound, these are all fantastic protocols on top of Ethereum that let you post some collateral like ETH or USDC and then borrow against that collateral so that you can then go and trade on Uniswap or go and do something else with what you've borrowed before you have to then pay it back again. Now, this is an incredibly important tool for arbitragers. It's an incredibly important tool for everyday consumers who want to be able to get yield on their assets in a safe and secure way versus what we've seen in the non-DeFi world when you give your money to third parties and you don't know where it's being lent out to. And it's also a mainstay of DeFi, these lending applications. There's also a bunch of new ones like Maple Finance and a few others that are doing some really interesting things in under-collateralized lending. That's also really interesting as well. We'd love to see some dApps in that area. The other that we're looking at is perpetuals. Now, perpetuals have really started to take off on top of public ledgers. Two great examples of this is DYDX and GMX. These are two really successful perpetual platforms that have grown really quickly and have sort of created the next level, I say, of sophistication in DeFi. And there's some great things to look at as like an extra challenging challenge to try and build. I think perpetuals are going to be huge. I think options and derivatives are going to be huge on top of public ledgers. So definitely have a look at those two applications and see whether or not that's something, if you're really looking for a challenge, that you'd like to try out in Scrypto. Last of all, good luck to everyone who submits. It doesn't matter if you're a total beginner and are just playing around with the Scrypto code or have been building DeFi for years. You're going to find something fun and interesting and challenging and educational in building with Scrypto and the Radix engine. And I hope you have a fantastic time while you're doing that. And best of luck. I hope that you get part of that $50,000 of XRD in prize money. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the entries.